Just Adventures. We're going to talk about cycling. Wow, what a surprise. Um, Everybody posts videos about their riding, how much they've gained and all the good stuff. Well, today I'm going to talk about the bad. Past 2 months, I've hardly ridden. February, I didn't ride at all. March, I did 49 miles. Well, Monday, I tried to go out for a cycle ride. And by meaning tried, I did not finish what I went out to do. I wanted to go do about an 18-20 mile ride. Well, for some reason, shortly after starting, I just did not have it in me. I don't know if it was because of the cold weather. I am slightly, probably borderline asthmatic, especially in the wintertime. It is very hard for me to breathe. To where that's why I do a lot of indoor riding. But it was kind of warm. I wanted to get out, so I got out. I ended up only doing... Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thought I had this all set up to make this a little quicker. I ended up doing 14 miles. It took me a total time, elapsed time of 1 hour and 30 minutes. It was 1 hour, 20 minutes of riding, 10 minutes of break. That's what I did on Monday. I didn't have my indoor trainer. I have it now, but I left a cousin of mine borrow it to try it out because he wants to get back into riding for him to try it. So I left him try it, and I can tell that it didn't do me any good. So today, I got it back, set it all up, and I went for an 18-mile ride on a elapsed time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, which if you've ever ridden on a static trainer, they're uncomfortable. It's a pain in the rear, quite literally. But I did that as a moving time of 1:26. So there was 20 minutes. I was running into a problem with my cadence sensor, so I was getting off and trying to check that too. But yeah. So, here in a couple of months, when you see all these videos of me riding and everything, a lot of guys last year always picked saying that they can't ride with me, I'm too fast, this and that. I'm too crazy with it. Thank you for the compliment, but far from it. I'm an overweight fat guy. I drive tractor trailer in the evening, so, Bottom line is, anybody can do it. You just have to find the time, find the motivation to do it. I pretty much ride by myself 90% of the time. My wife rides with me. I got a buddy that rides with me. This year I hope to do more cycling events within the cycling club I'm in. What last year, everybody knows what last year was. Completely crazy. There's no matter what side of the spectrum you're on, it's crazy. So this year I hope to do more rides. The weather right now is crazy. It's like 40-some degrees today. Towards the end of April. It's freaking cold. So, I wasn't planning on riding outside today anyway. I use a Garmin, and they have these little levels. You do so many things, you get points, yada, yada, yada. An incentive program. So, that's one reason why I got back on there, especially after seeing how poorly I was on Monday. I mean, yes, for me, I was irritated by that. I was irritated that I could not go out and do an 18-mile ride, which is what I do daily in about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. No problem last year towards the end of the season. So I got to get back to that. I was doing some weightlifting, but I stopped that in about January. Because again, I got a new tractor. I've been working on that. I'm kind of one-track minded. I get something, I want to complete doing that till it's done. So I got this tractor. I wanted to fix it up. I wanted to get it done, painted, whole 9 yards. So anytime I needed it, I can just go out, fire it up, and it runs. So, needless to say, it's been taking more time. We've had some nice weather. It's been raining, so I could go outside and work in the shed and do that. And like I said, I didn't have the trainer. What I have is just a basic magnetic wheel-on trainer with a wheel and sensor wheel or cadence and speed sensor that tracks how fast, how far I'm going, how fast, how much pedal rotation, all that jazz. I mean, I could go into more detail, but I think most of the viewers on here could honestly care less about any of the information regarding cycling. But that's why I created this channel. That's where it's going to lead to, is more cycling. I just won't try and get as geeky as what I probably could in some things. I got a new tablet. Well, I got a tablet. And I can see that I can download Zwift to it. I tried Zwift on our computer, but it was lagging too much. I tried here today, did okay. Still trying to learn how to work it all. Like I said, I had a problem with the cadence thing, all that. So I may use Zwift some more, figure out how all that works. Because one of the biggest things that was going for me is I have a bicycle computer, and it would say, hey, you're doing 15 miles an hour. I get on there, Zwift is telling me, hey, you're doing 5. Took me a couple minutes, longer than what it should have. But I've never really used it. But here it shows that, it thinks that you're going down a hill and this and that, so it calibrates your speed in reference to doing that. So that's why the speeds weren't showing the same, or at least that's what I'm thinking. If you guys watching it are more inclined to Zwift, please let me know. I'm trying to learn, because hopefully I want to buy a wheel-on smart trainer at the end of this year. That'll give me some more things. I'd be curious to see what my wattage is. Everybody says it's an easier thing to look at. And again, I like numbers. I really like to be able to see performance gains and stuff like that, Trying to get faster on the bike. My average is about 13 miles an hour. I'd like to get up to 15 as being a base average. I can do that on the static trainer for the most part. But where I live, there's always hills. So nothing's flat. That 20-mile ride that I do has roughly 1,300 feet in elevation. Some people say that's a lot. Some people say it's not a lot. I got a buddy, if it's over 800 feet in elevation, he's like, nope, don't need it. Goodbye. So, and he knows who that is, and he's watching, and he's probably yelling at me while he's watching this. But, yeah, I mean, here, since how this is going to be a geeky video anyway, and half of you probably have stopped by now, I'll go into more. Let me turn the screen on so I can see. Oh, I can't switch while recording. Okay, this camera that I'm using has a front face and a rear facing monitor, so I can see what it's seeing. But for the past 3 years, I've tracked what I've done. This is 2019 now. It says 692 miles. I did do 1,000. Switching bikes back and forth, I did lose about 40 miles of calculations. Last year, COVID year, I did 831. Horrible. As you can see, last year's goal was 15. I didn't hit it, so we're going 15 again. I did 98 in February, or January, nothing in February, 49 in March. I'm hoping to at least do 60. So yeah, there are my notes. I'm supposed to do about 30 miles a week, 33 miles a month to try and hit that goal of 1,500. Will it happen? We'll see later this year. Hope to. I got some different idea rides. There's one ride that I really hope to do this year. It's from Philadelphia to Jersey Shore, New Jersey. Only problem with that is it's on the same freaking weekend as my anniversary. Yeah. But I did talk to the wife. She's going to let me do it, which I thank her immensely for it. So here in the next week or two, I'm going to actually sign up and do that. But I'm looking forward to that. That's 65 miles. That's like 615 feet of elevation for the entire 65. So that is going to be the flattest ride I am probably ever going to be able to do. It's on pavement. So I'm really excited to see what numbers and speed I can get from there. Hoping to try and lose some weight again this year 2 years ago. I lost some last year with not riding consistently, this and that. I gained all of it back. I'm going to start talking to a nutritionist. Hopefully that works. You know, this is the nitty gritty. You know, everybody says, oh, I did a 20-mile ride. I did a 50-mile. That's great. But you really don't hear the suffering. And I'm going to try and be fair and equal. Because again, like I said, Monday I completely bonked. I had no energy. You know, I knew what it would take to do. Now granted, I did start a little less from trying to get everything set up. But again, I leave myself about an hour window between where I want to get home and when I want to get to work, you know, for lunch, showers, yada, yada, yada. I was 5 miles away from my house. That average pace I was doing that day would have taken me a half hour. There was no way I could do it. I had to call. Thankfully, I was able to get picked up. But I was not happy. Hence why I rode 18 today. I'm going to try and ride 15 tomorrow and Saturday and try and get built back up. So hopefully, if we finally get nice warm weather, I can actually start riding outside again. Start reaching for that goal 15. Alright, this pretty much concludes today's episode. If you guys like it, you know, like always, subscribe, like, all that stuff. You watch YouTube, you know the jazz. Alright, thanks again. Have a good day.